Welcome to Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Today we have Carl Dackö.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Anna.
I wanted to
First time.
First time. I've wanted to have you on the podcast for so long now.
Mm-hmm.
You're finally here.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm really hard.
You're really hard.
I'm hard to make appointments with.
Yeah, you were. You didn't live in Berlin. You were living in Sweden, and now you're permanently here.
Yes.
It's very exciting.
Uh-huh.
Very exciting.
That's good.
Tell us. I don't know. What's the most exciting thing about Berlin?
The most exciting thing about Berlin? This is actually my second time moving here, I guess.
Really?
I actually lived here in 2010.
Okay.
Or 2009, 10, 11, and then I moved back to Gothenburg. But yeah, it's I don't know if it's exciting. Yeah, I guess it's exciting. I like that compared to, for example, Sweden, you get like some sort of you get treated more like an adult here.
Really?
Yeah. Like there's a lot of constrictions in Sweden on, for example, well, you know this if you probably have the same thing. But like buying a beer is like an issue. If you're not going to a bar and buying a beer, it's an issue to just get hold of a beer. And I'm not like a Belgian beer that's like wine in strength. I mean just like a regular beer.
Mm-hmm. So you can't drink on the street?
No, you can't.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's like Australia then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that, even though it's like, yeah, that's the obvious thing. Mm-hmm. But what it means is that it's like, yeah, you can do it. Just don't be, if you're going to be a weirdo or like, pass out and throw the bottle and stuff, we're going to arrest you.
Yeah.
And I think that I kind of like that system more.
Yes.
Than like there are people that do that as soon as they get alcohol in their body. Mm-hmm. Therefore, we have to have like really strict rules on alcohol and stuff like that. And I guess it's about saving money, but I think now it's turned into making money.
Yeah.
Because they have a monopoly. The state sells all the alcohol.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. I like.
Australia is exactly the same. It's just like what do they call it? Like a mumming state or like a police state. It's just everything is so regulated and and so you don't feel. I don't know. I think it does encourage worse behavior. I think. Whereas here, it's like, they trust us to drink whenever we want.
Yeah, it's a.
You can buy alcohol at any time of the day. Walk on the streets drinking at any time of the day. Like no one gives a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
In Berlin, and you can't judge people. But when you see someone drinking at 10 in the morning, my first thought isn't fucking alcohol. My first thought is they just finished work.
Yeah, builders that take a beer. Yeah. No, I like it. I think you're right. I think there is a sort of, if you've been a dog that's been on a leash all the time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're not on a leash. For example, if you meet people that come from restricted countries. When they go abroad, they're like always the worst.
Australians.
Yeah. And I've heard like stewardesses say that those are the worst like passengers because they drink on the plane a lot and they become that kind of thing.
And that's the thing with like long haul flights as well. You get all the food, but you can also drink as much as you want. And I think most Australians are like, open bar? Oh!
Yeah.
I was totally like that. But I could hold my alcohol because I'd been working in gastronomy for so long. But like...
Yeah, that's exactly why it's not called something else. That thing. No, I can handle my alcohol because I've had so much. That's exactly why. It's a health. It's a health.
It's a health. Like I just know how to regulate myself better.
Yeah. I think after my 20s, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna drink strong like liquor. It's just beer and wine for me now.
Yeah, I still like after my year of sobriety, I still kind of move between both. Like I really enjoy a cold shot of vodka sometimes. Like it's just like there's something in that. It's just there's a it's so enjoyable to have this very.
Especially when it's like really good and really, really cold.
Really cold. It's just like, I feel it's like a superhero getting their like switch, turned on. You're like, whoa, I can do everything now.
We're at the wall now, but there's a Russian bar not far away from here. It's not like a really amazing bar anyway. But back, what we're talking over 10 years ago. There was this Russian ballet dancer that owned it. And I'm talking like she was a ballet dancer ages ago. So now but she has that posture.
Yeah.
And it's like really Russian. They had like a thing you could drink aftershave. They had an aftershave thing you could drink if you wanted to. Like it was really weird.
What do you mean?
It's like 80% alcohol or something. It's like Russian blah blah blah.
I bought a perfume. Like I bought my first ever fragrance because my mum always gives me fragrances, and so I feel like a big girl now. Last year when I did a show at my solo in Prague. And
do you have the thing on the side go the little
the
pump?
bowl, the pump? I wish. No, but the main reason why I bought it was because it's just from like Sephora. Shout out to Sephora. I never shop
Good
there.
face masks.
I don't know, but I was at the train station and then I was super early to get my train back to Berlin, and so I went in there. I was like, I'm gonna be like my mum, and the main reason why I bought it was because the bottles have printed on them "Do not drink." And I was like, that's funny. I'll take that.
Apparently, back in the days, there was
People did drink it. Yeah,
you could drink it. Alcoholics, I guess.
Yeah,
really,
like people drinking mouthwash.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't buy it.
So this Russian woman, she was like a cliche of a Russian ballet dancer, right? So she talked with the accent. I can't
please do a Russian accent.
I like boys with small shoulders. That's what she would say. And then I would go there a lot. It would be a place me and my friends would go a lot because it's nice. There was also she always made sure there was fresh flowers there, which is nice,
That is nice.
And it was
something
good
that
music.
you appreciate.
There's
fresh
a small
flowers.
stage, and I always thought maybe this is a good place for a comedy show. But anyway,
does it still exist?
I think so. I'm not sure that she owns it still, but it still exists, and it's just down the street. But she had vodka she didn't sell. You could buy a nice vodka shot there, like a nice Russian vodka shot. But if you talk to her and she wanted to have a shot, and you were talking to her, you would get what she's drinking, and she would have a special compartment where she would take out, and it came to you drank this. It's like drinking melted snow. You didn't feel anything. You felt a little warm, but there was no taste to it, and
wow,
it is the best vodka I've ever had.
I used to judge vodka because I'm like, what kind of drink has its whole purpose as being the better it is, the less you can taste. I was always like, that is for idiots, like what kind of alcohol consumer are you?
Yeah.
But as I've gotten old, I don't know, because of that, I didn't abuse vodka when I was growing up, and so now I just really enjoy the purity. There's just such a cleanness, and the alcohol. It's just such a nice tasting alcohol.
Yeah.
Because it is just so.
But it is interesting. The better it is, the less it is. Yeah. Less. It's like French kids. The
better they are, the more silent they are.
They should exist but not be heard.
Yeah. They should exist but not. Yeah, seen but not heard.
Seen but not heard.
Not seen.
The French way of raising kids. That's why
French.
They sit politely and have conversations with their parents at restaurants. You've worked in, French children at restaurants.
Honestly, I think they leave them at home. I didn't actually ever see that many French children at restaurants.
Or maybe you just worked at hipster places where people didn't have kids.
Yeah, or just there weren't that many French children around. Yeah.
Okay.
French. The French. I had sex with my first Lebanese person.
Recently?
Yeah.
How was it?
Superb.
Was it? Because of France. French. Speak French.
I'm
okay,
maybe the way I get around my kind of French language fetish, which it isn't, but it is.
Fuck your way through.
Fuck my way into Lebanon.
Do you speak French?
No. Well, I can understand. I can understand quite a bit when I read, and sometimes if I'm exposed, if I'm around it enough, I can start, understanding things. But I haven't been in that environment for quite a while. But there was a period where I had a French boyfriend for 2 years, and I did, my comprehension got way better, but they're just so intolerant of foreigners speaking it and making mistakes through it. So I didn't really I've got zero expressive French.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I gotta say, I was in Paris last week, and the attitude that at least Parisian, and I would say West France people have towards tourists and stuff has changed a lot over the last
Are they
decade.
nicer?
So much nicer.
Really?
They're actually like normal people. I remember in my 20s when I was in France, they were like, they'd go like, no, I don't understand. Like, I comprends. Like that kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. It's just it's like polite now.
Huh. Maybe like COVID, softened them.
No, I'm talking like 10 years. It's happened
10
over
years.
the last 10 years.
Yeah, because I was there the last time like 10 years ago. So I don't have any in-between comparison.
It's great. Everything tastes so good.
Yeah, I do. I need to go back. I was talking about this last night with some other comedians. I was just like, I want to go back to Paris, but my kind of promise to myself is to only go back to Paris when I have with a lover, because the times I've been in there, like the time that I was there.
Well, you bring cake to a bakery too? Come on, man.
I like that. No, but I don't know, like meeting someone there, I don't know, but like I would like to go there with someone that I'm having sex with at least, because it's just so romantic. Like I want to be able to walk down the street and stop the person I'm with and just like push them against a wall and make out with them. Like that's what I want to be able to do.
Yeah, okay. No.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it is pretty.
It's
and it is
beautiful.
Kind of romantic.
It is.
It
and
is.
like when it's raining or when it's like the whole time you're just like, and so being there when you're not with someone, like when I was there, I had a boyfriend, but we weren't there together. And so it was just kind of hurt my heart being somewhere so beautiful and not being able to feel romantic with someone.
So you heard about the Stockholm Syndrome.
Yes.
Did you know there's also a Paris Syndrome?
Yes. It's to do, like Japanese people experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you do it? I know what it is. Yeah.
So what I've heard is that it's... I don't know if it exists anymore or if it's that common anymore.
I'd say it still does, mainly because Japan's still got they're massive Francophiles.
Yeah, but I heard that it has its basis on that you have so little vacation days in Japan.
Yeah, like you have the Golden Week, which is 10 days in a row. And during those 10 days is when Japanese people come to Australia and do every city.
Yeah.
And Australia is massive. So traveling, like that is the most exhausting holiday, to do the red center of Australia and then like Queensland through down to Melbourne and to get like 10 days.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
And that's where the whole cliche of them having photographing everything in the 80s and 90s. Japanese tourists always has cameras and they photograph everything.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's based on that not only are you're taking pictures for everybody back home. Mm-hmm. And so the Paris...
But it's also like we only have this, so let's fucking
record.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So we can remember for the rest of the year.
And I mean, Japanese cameras are still very good cameras.
They are very good cameras. They also, they were forwarding their nation's economic successes. Yes.
So the Paris Syndrome is basically, it's not exactly like the postcards.
Yeah.
And when you get there, all that shit, I wanted to go. It's like I've been saving for 3 years. I come here and no, it's like traffic, noisy, and people are rude.
And so many black people.
Yeah. They are a lot of black people.
I know. I find that the most attractive part of Paris. It was like when I got there, I was like, oh my God, this is so much better than I expected.
Yeah.
So much more. Like, black French people are my favorite.
You can always see, well, in Paris, for example, you can see who recently came and who is like born in Paris.
Yeah.
Because people that are born in Paris and they're in their 30s and they're like in like the nice part of Paris, they dress like they're going to Fashion Week or something.
Oh, totally.
And it's not the American, it's not like the hip hop clothes or anything like that. It's not rap style. It's
nice.
Suit, a hat, or I had a cab driver that made me look like a fucking troll.
But everyone smells good in Paris.
That's not true.
Not everyone, but walking in like the nice areas, you would just, I'm not sure about the men. I just remember when I was there, the women would walk past and I'd just be like the fragrances they all use is just mwah. Whereas like, okay, Americans would complain and be like, that's too much fragrance. Like you shouldn't, that's,
a too much perfume.
Yeah. But I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's, but yeah, French and Italians, they're, when you go there, you really have to bring your best fashion game. Like if you dress like you
Italians?
Yeah, well, not southern. but like in I'd say like Rome north, like north of Rome.
Okay.
Rome and north, the way people dress is just so much smarter. Like you can't take your Berlin clothes there. Well,
no, I don't think you can. Like the typical hipster Berlin person looks like homeless people in most cities.
In most cities.
Yeah.
In Is it the same as Stockholm?
No, Stockholm. So in the nice part of Stockholm, everybody looks like, what are you gonna say?
Super boring.
Boring, expensive, nice clothes.
Did you watch Love and Anarchy? Did you watch Love and Anarchy? The
What's
Swedish
that?
series on Netflix.
Just no.
That's super hot, about like an older woman that basically ends up having this romantic affair with the very young man.
Oh wait, it's the one where the episode starts with her jerking off in the bathroom or something.
In her office, I think, or maybe in the bathroom.
Yeah. She has this like.
She looks like your girlfriend.
Thank you, I guess. No, she's a very pretty actress. She's also a very good actress.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And Björn Morsten.
I don't like him.
Oh,
I think
I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Beautiful little fuckboy. I
don't.
It's such a dude's response.
I seen him in a Danish movie when he was really funny. He was like this sex trafficked gay
I think he's a good
prostitute.
Actor too. Okay.
No, he's not a good actor. He's not. Most Swedish actors are not very good actors.
That's such a crazy statement.
No, it is. And you know why?
Why?
Because the school they go to theater school.
So
when you see them in movies, they overact so much.
Okay.
And when in Danish movies, and I have a conspiracy theory about this.
Okay.
Because I love Danish movies. Danish movies are really good.
I think you're going to say Danish movies love me.
They do. They absolutely adore me. So in Danish movies, they have this sort of. I think it might come from the dogma thing, but if you know the dogma, the way of making.
I know a dogma. Yeah, but like you mean film dog, like
theater. Yeah, that it's supposed
to
be sort of as if it is really happening. Is a really oversimplified, shitty explanation of what dogma way. I think maybe Lars von Trier was big on this and stuff like. And so my conspiracy theory is that you normally have, when you're doing a really good Danish movie, you think, this is going to be really good. You put in one Swedish actor that is overacting, that makes all the Danish actors acting look a lot better.
So the Danes use Swedes just to make themselves look good.
I think so, because there's always one, and it's always like, oh, where is my pen? like that kind of thing. Oh, there seems to have been a murder here. And all like, and they're all like normal. And,
and he's just overacting the shit out of it.
And that's the problem with Swedish actors, is that they have gone to theater school, so it's all overacting, and it kind of fucks it up.
You have been in Swedish TV?
I've been in I've been in one TV series, one movie.
You mean a movie?
Yeah, I mean not a big role and not a big movie, and it wasn't a really good movie. I mean, it was
should I just delete this one?
It's like an indie kind of bullshit movie, but it was fun. And I've the most acting, the biggest part of my acting is I was this character for a gambling online brand. So it was like a reoccurring thing. Money was great. It was so easy.
You'd fucking hope it would be good for an online gambling.
Yeah, exactly. But that sort of ended my acting career, because once your face is connected to a brand, you can't really do other ads. And if you can't do ads, and I have not really gone to theater school, you can't really...
Which means you're a good actor. That's what you're trying to say.
But it's like, anybody can act for like 1 minute. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like everybody's got 5 minutes of comedy, right? And
I wouldn't even say that.
Okay. Not okay. Yeah, I heard myself say that and think about all the open mics I've been to. But
yeah,
it's once you go like, oh, have you ever been in another ad? If you're, for example, casting for an ad, which is all the time. And you go, yeah, but it was 2 years ago. And they go, no. Like, you just don't get it. So I went to a lot of castings after that. And I was like, no, I'm not. And the other actors that were also, we were like, it was supposed to be like a sitcom kind of situation with reoccurring things.
So the ad campaign for this online gambling
It went on for 2 years.
was a
and it
sitcom
was just,
dynamic, and you were a
yeah,
character
so it's like
within it.
and
what was your character?
4 episodes a month or something we
Oh, wow.
recorded for over
That's
2
a
years.
lot.
Yeah.
And what was your character? Were you a gambler?
Funny guy who eats and is a little stupid. So
basically,
it was a stretch. I was like,
But was there
I read a lot
scenes
of
where you had stuff
Tarkovsky
coming out of your, like, food coming
yeah,
out
it
of
was
your
like
beard?
food coming out. I was just I was the idiot and asking stupid questions about sports and stuff.
Perfect.
You know.
Have you got any of the you could use some of those clips, no, to promote your...
No.
No?
It was also a long time ago, so I look different. I guess.
Okay. You look different?
Not really, but
Not
yeah,
really.
I guess my beard is whiter and stuff.
Your beard
And
is
I
white.
got it's a long time ago.
Do people dye their beards? Do you think there are men that dye their beards to get rid of the grays?
Yeah, but in the beard community, we don't.
We don't talk about
It's
it?
frowned upon.
It is frowned upon,
Very
right?
much so.
Yeah.
This happens to me a lot because
I don't think people should do it. I'm just curious. Have you met anyone that's like, I dyed it?
to take away the white.
Yeah.
No, well, that's really stupid.
Or the orange.
Because the white part is like it's nice.
I agree.
Mostly, it's nice.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with it.
That's the cool thing about being a dude is that there is some hotness. There's another hotness section. If you grew up and you were pretty, first you're cute as a guy, right? If you're like good looking through your whole life, you're cute as a boy up until you're like a teenager, and then you're like a cute teenager, and then you become like a good looking teenager, and then you can become a hot guy, and you're a hot guy from you can be a hot guy from 18 or 19 up to 34, I guess.
Yeah.
And then there's always that downslope if you were a hot guy. And then there's another section where you can come in where you're like
Hot older guy.
yeah, distinguished, or like there's exactly, the sexual attraction comes into another phase, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Or not guessing, I think it is.
You feel
like
like
that,
that's the truth.
like can,
What
and then
about
that can
Greg?
hold
Yeah.
on up until you're almost 70 if you're really lucky.
If you're really lucky, if you're
Yeah.
like a Brad Pitt, or
But you have to really like take steroids or work out a lot and stuff.
who's a 70-year-old man that's really hot still?
Oh shit, there's loads.
A famous one. Like, I don't think that what's his fucking
Well, I
Mick
mean,
Jagger,
Brad Pitt is in his 60s, right?
He's in his
Isn't
60s.
Isn't he?
Yeah, he's in his 60s. He's not 70 yet though, but
Over 50 at least.
oh no,
over
he's
55.
he's in his 60s. I'm pretty sure, which is crazy. I'm pretty sure he's my mom's age.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan.
I haven't seen him
Kind
for
of
a
old.
while.
It depends on what you like.
What do
But
you
yeah.
think, what do you think about gray hairs in women? Because I'm getting quite a few white hairs, and it's only going to get more. Because women pretty much exclusively, like, either they go like hardcore white, or they leave them, or they dye them out.
Zach told me that I'm ethnosexual. Like that's my.
Ethnosexual.
That means that's my like sexual preference.
Ethno.
Yeah, ethnosexual. And I think he's made up so many funny words.
Sure, but
Also, azikinazis, you know what that is?
Azikinazis.
It's when you're a Jewish lady, but you got really big tits. You got azikinazis. It's the funniest thing I ever
That's
heard.
really good.
Because there is like a trope that Jewish ladies have big tits, especially like American Jewish ladies.
Yeah. They do have big tits.
So he came up with ethnosexual, and what that means, and he's completely right. I have a sexual attraction, I guess, to everything that has a core version of it. So, for example, any sort of clothing that's traditional, you know, like Dirndl, the German, the Bayern,
Yeah, lederhosen and
yeah,
stuff.
that kind of stuff. Into that, also any folkish kind of thing that's like
So like a traditionalism.
anything traditional, or also gray hairs. So if older woman has like long white hair, but it's like complete hair is white, but it's not like old lady. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's almost like a silver long. That's kind of hot. If it's like if she's also a banker, or like real estate.
You mean
like,
she's not homeless?
No, I mean like I have a affinity to like women in finance. That's my one of my biggest sexual fantasies is being sold into sexual slavery by women in finance.
By some kind of investment developer. Or...
Yeah, it's like, the H&M just got a new CEO, and she's like my age. She's younger than normal CEOs of such a big corporation, and I'm like, that's kind of hot.
That's hot. Okay.
And also finance journalists, women on Bloomberg, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And Finland's prime minister,
Okay.
Christina Lagarde. You know who Christina Lagarde is? I think she was the ECB bank chairman.
Okay. So you like?
She's got white hair.
You like?
She's got white. She's
corporate.
She's in her over 60. I think she's 60 now.
Corporate
at least.
beasts.
She's got short, completely white hair.
Short white hair.
Her name is also Christina Lagarde.
Lagarde.
Yeah, and she controls money and stuff.
That's pretty cool. It's cool. I like
for the World Bank.
I
or
worry
the European
about
Bank.
the souls of these people, but that's
The
like,
soul?
The soul, like just anything that's like that corporate and finance related. But that'd be fun to bang, I guess.
I don't know. I'm just attracted to the whole
Successful.
I think it's like a why are you with me kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I like what would you describe? I don't know. I'm attracted to my type is pretty specific. I've realized like it's so like
really?
I try to move out of it, but it's
let me guess, smells good. It's nice. Compliments.
smells good is good. No, the compliments not necessarily.
You don't like compliments?
Like I do, but that's not what gets me. Like I can really be into someone and like not have had a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like for example,
that's
there needs
normally
to be some
how it
conversation.
is. You get a crush on someone you don't.
Like this whole I'm thinking about. I was thinking about this on the way here. I was like, love is blind. I'm like, no, love is completely superficial.
Oh God, 2020 vision, definitely.
I'm so super.
Yes.
Like I have such a type. Like it's insane what the type is, and like I'll experiment and move outside my type and try to do that. But what I'm naturally, totally like I can't help it drawn to is like dark super dark features. Usually like curly hair is crazy, but like super dark features, and they tend to be quite like creative or eccentric in a way.
Do you have so you said curly hair, do you have like a detailed fetish?
No, I wouldn't call it a fetish either. It's just like a type. Like it's like often it's long hair, but long dark hair, but it's usually like the hair is quite prominent in some way, and different and dark, and then dark features, and then historically always musicians, but anyone that's got like if they've got like I'm attracted to talent.
So the singer of Korn.
I haven't seen him recently. No.
Okay.
No, but pretty much all my exes, for like anyone that I've really fallen for, has conforms to this type, and usually some kind of prominent nose. Like when I say usually, like pretty much prominent nose, dark. Yeah.
Okay.
And I can't move outside of these things. Like I try, but it just keeps happening.
What's that actor in piano? The
Bronte? No.
He's a.
Who? Are you talking about Adrian Brody?
Adrian Brody. Is that the guy?
Super into that.
That's it. Okay, there we go.
Into
Adrian Brody.
But like also like Benicio del Toro or
yeah.
Who else? Like
Benicio del Toro. I mean, I guess you just get the gig. Like if you're gonna cast with Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
Oh, we need like a Latin Spanish type of person that can play like this tough kind of cool.
But kooky.
Who we got? We got a guy called Benicio del Toro. Yeah, just give it. Yeah, just say your name in the camera and please leave and send us your number to the agent, please.
I was obsessed with him when he first started appearing in movies.
So del Toro, does that mean the bull?
I think so. Of the bull.
That must be a taken name. Of the bull.
Yeah.
So he's born from a bull? That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh, that's hot.
What, he came out of the asshole of a bull?
Why does it have to be the asshole?
Well, it could be that there's not that many holes.
It's true. The mouth. The mouth.
He came out the mouth of a bull.
Yeah.
I bet you that sounds amazingly cool in Spanish.
Right?
Yeah.
Del labra. No, that's lips, I think. Del Toro. Del Toro. Spanish is so cool. I'm doing the most German thing ever soon. I'm going to Tenerife for a holiday.
Oh yeah? Really?
Yeah, I've never done it before. I'm going like in 2 weeks.
I've been once.
How was it?
I jerked off into like a ravine.
You jerked off into a ravine? What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I love that. How did that come to happen?
I went there and I was there. A friend of mine, that I'm like early 20s, right? And a friend of mine bought a house there, that he was gonna fix up. So he was like, "Do you want to come and check out the house?" And I was like, "Okay," because I'm in my 20s.
Yeah, of course. Like, what else are you doing?
And I go there, and it's not like high season, and it's so boring for me to be there. I was so bored, I'm my fucking nuts. So I was just trying to entertain myself in any way I could. So first, I did cornrows.
You did what?
There was like this
you got your hair?
Senegalese woman that was standing in the market square doing cornrows to kids. The hair.
Doing hair into cornrows. Wow.
Yeah.
You got
so I was
cornrows.
like, how much? So I got cornrows.
Do you have photos of this?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god.
And so I was like, that's fun. What's next? And then I was like, oh, so I rented a quad bike. I rented a quad bike, filled my backpack with water and like nuts and snacks and stuff. And I just drove up the big hill, kind of. I don't think it's a volcano, but it's like there's like a big hill and you can drive up. So I drove up and it was really fun. I was like, this is really fun because I like motors and stuff.
Yeah, you do.
So driving. It's sunny and it's like, and I've been sleeping in the same room as my friend for and then I'm in my 20s, and I come and it's like completely deserted. I come to like this ravine. It's like it looks like there's like a big hole in the ground, like
a big vagina.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a big. I drove to the asshole of Tenerife,
that's
up
beautiful.
until the edge, and I was looking down, and it's like at least 40 meters down. Right?
Whoa, okay.
The hole, and I'm completely isolated. And I was like, and then I started getting that I'm bored again feeling. So I just took my dick. There was absolutely no people. Like an hour. I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. Right?
Yeah, and you can see around you that you can see if people are coming. Yeah.
And if someone would have seen me from a helicopter, they would think I was just peeing or something.
Yeah.
So I jerk off, and because it was so far down, and I realized I've never really come like the distance. I've never squirted my man juice this far, and I was like, Carl, this is happening. And the excitement of it took like four shakes, and I'm done.
You were that quick?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I zipped up my pants, and I drank some water, and I started driving. And after 15 minutes, I stopped, and I just thought, who am I? It's like, what am I? What just happened, and why did I just do that?
It's so fucking great.
I was like, what is this? What are you, Carl? And I drove back and returned to the quad bike and went for dinner.
They shook their hands. Thank you very much.
I had water.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I love that. Yeah.
And he was like, how was the trip? I was like, I learned some stuff.
Why are you asking?
Is there cameras?
Oh my god, that's so great. Like you should have named that ravine. Did it have a name, I wonder?
I don't know, but I'm afraid that like in 5 years, that was such a long time ago, like there's going to be a knock on my door and it's going to be like a little ravine baby going like, I think I'm your dad.
Or worse, like there's like a dead body in there and then you've jizzed onto the dead body and they're like, we know what you did.
Like a paleontologist goes like, whoa, there's like cum here that's 20 years old, but the corpse is 4,000. What's happening here? Are people coming here and just jerking off at that skeleton?
That, or there was a fresh corpse and now you're totally linked to a murder.
I should have been caught by now, I guess.
Yeah, right. Well, maybe.
Well, I have not been DNA swabbed, so.
You haven't been?
No, I have a joke about that.
Right.
When you joke.
But you haven't done the swab.
No, neither should you.
You reckon?
Nobody should do that.
Why? Because you think that they...
Well, you're going to put your fucking... I mean, okay, it's not...
How dangerous is it? Like, do you think people could really use that information and then like misuse that information to connect you to a crime and fuck you over forever? Is that the idea behind not wanting to do it?
Well, you don't know what the future governments are going to be like.
It's true.
Right? And let's say we live another 60 years. That means in 60 years, there's not going to be a government or an institution or an organization that's going to use that data for something.
But in order to get like the difference between, like, the thing is, those governments could still get our DNA data, just not by swabbing us, but like, oh, we got their hair. You know, like if you just like went through all the rubbish and all of, but then connecting it to the person.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's giving them the data. It's making it much easier.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't have to be like, and what the information is, my joke is a little bit that it's like kind of bullshit, the whole information you get.
You reckon?
Yeah, it's not, and it doesn't really mean anything. I think.
Well, does it ever mean like? I don't know. I think it is interesting if you, like, for example, if you look different from other people in your family, and you're like, why do I?
Well, yeah, sure. Maybe you have some questions.
Or
I look at like an exact photograph of my mom and my dad. So.
Yeah, I actually do look very similar. I look, yeah, very much like both of my parents. It's fine. But I suppose there is still curiosity, you know, when family histories have kind of been lost due to lack of documentation. It would be interesting to know, well, you know, where did we eventually start from? Like, what strains do I have in me? Where geographically have my genes come from?
I don't think that. I'm not curious about that. But I don't want my clouded, I want to be judged on what I'm doing, not because I'm 2/4 Italian, that's why I like pasta, you know. I don't want that information to be clouded in my judgment of what I like and what I don't like and how I behave.
What's your star sign?
My star sign, feces.
That's good. You're a fish, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's why we're friends, Carl.
Yeah, that's exactly why we're friends.
But by the same token, do you think, obviously, most people do, but like, do you think astrology is bullshit?
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice little thing, and I think that it's entertainment, but it's not. There's nothing to back it up. And if there is in the future, yeah, sure, cool. But maybe the gravity of Saturn has something to do why you broke up with that guy. You know. I mean,
I don't know.
Everything is gravity, and we don't know. We don't know a lot, but
no,
I do know that you shouldn't. I don't know. I'm not gonna say how. I started to become a Satanist.
I really tried to get into the occult, actually. About almost like 9 years ago. Yeah.
But this is not the occult thing. I only because I read the rules.
Okay.
They have 11, like the stone tablets, the Moses stone tablets.
Yeah.
They have their version of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, this makes a lot of sense.
This is the Satanism developed in the States in the 60s,
the
70s?
67, 69.
Yeah.
I think by Levy.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear them?
Please, I think this is important information for everyone.
And I'm really trying to follow the rules.
Yeah.
And it's kind of helping.
It's interesting though that Satanism would have rules when you'd think it would be the polar opposite of anything to do with Christianity. Like, the issue for me with Satanism is that it's still kind of based on Christianity.
Well,
because
but that's
reflex.
the name Satanism if you talk to like modern Satanists now, it's God is not going to control me. It can be any God. It doesn't have to be Christian.
Okay.
So I'm gonna love myself more than I love
another being,
a friend that's pretend. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are 19. So this is guy. He started a church. So if you have a church, yeah, sure,
you can have rules.
You can have rules, right?
You have to, I think, have rules if you have a church.
I guess so.
So,
number one, don't give opinions or advice unless you've been asked, right? Great.
Absolutely.
Great.
Oh, we had a little fight about this recently.
Wait, it wasn't a fight.
And this person who I was giving feedback to had specifically asked me for feedback. But yes, I think this is. I so agree with this.
Yeah.
I fought with my mum about it because obviously your mum's like, well,
Yeah.
I'm your mum, so I'm always gonna give you my opinion and advice. And it's like, no.
No. I'm old now.
All right, that's a great first rule.
Okay, don't tell your troubles or to others unless you are sure they want to hear them.
But what's conversation? Like,
it's basically don't whine.
I think
guess.
I don't like whining. Like, I think if you present, like, I completely agree. I fucking hate whinging. Like, if I see if there's a lull in conversation, I'm hanging out with friends, I'll be like, oh look, I think where could I go with this? It's a few points, but like, I might be like, oh, I had a fight with my best friend last night, and it's not whining. It's more like talking it out, but it's not like, oh, I hate.
But if you're talking to your friend, they want to hear them.
Yeah, it's
because
true.
They care about you.
It's true.
And it's also, and this one, the second one here is actually, I think, why therapy works for most people.
Because they're able to talk to someone about the stuff.
Yeah, because they've been whining so much to everybody around them, so everybody around them is treating them weird, and that makes them sad and
that
depressed.
means they need to speak to
and
someone.
then they go to speak to someone, and they go like, oh, and then when they come back to their friends, they're not whining.
Yeah, because they have a place to whine.
And then all of a sudden, you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Satanism is for therapy.
Exactly. Number 3, when you're in someone's lair.
Lair.
Home, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. But I like that they use the word lair. That's so
so
Satanist
of
them.
67, and he's got a weird mustache and looks like Dracula kind of guy. Show them, like, treat them respect. And if you don't want to treat them, like, show them respect if you're in someone's home. Or else don't go to their home.
Yeah. I really like that.
It's good, right?
Mm-hmm. My best friend doesn't realize this point.
And then the next one is, if a guest is in your lair, your home, and annoys you, treat him cruelly and without mercy. Wait, that's kind of... I guess this is like...
cruel, maybe not, but treat them without mercy, I think is good.
I think there is, like, they're connected in a way where I treat people, when I go to other people's homes, with respect, and I demand that of other people when they come to my home.
Yeah, otherwise they will feel my wrath.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's another one that's not in the Christian one. You know how the Christian one is like, it's weird that there's a lot of, like, the first one is, you should not have any other imaginary friends except for me. That's like the first rule of Christianity.
Yeah.
But they're not having, for example, this one, which is, don't make sexual advantages to someone if they haven't given you the mating signal.
Don't make sexual advances.
So basically, don't rape people.
Yeah, that's great. Don't make sexual advances unless they've given you the signal. That's wonderful.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. Open to interpretation, I guess, what the signal is.
So, but
it's still a really great
principle.
Sentiment. Yeah, it's a great principle.
Don't take that which does not belong to you unless it's a burden to the other person and he cries out to be revealed of it.
Oh, I love it.
So only steal if they want you to steal it.
Like, oh, my wallet is so heavy. I'll help you.
I mean, help people, I guess.
Help people, but only help people. Yeah, don't take shit.
So I guess if your friend is or your sibling is like struggling with drug addiction, it's okay to just take the drugs and flush them down, right? That kind of thing.
Take them and use them.
You can use them,
He doesn't know how to do it properly.
Okay, acknowledge the power of magic. This one is kind of weird.
Acknowledge the power of magic.
Acknowledge the power of magic if you have employed it successfully to obtain your desires. If you deny the power of magic, okay, this is kind of bullshit. Let's skip that.
Maybe, but if you deny magic, but magic, it's just like the word God. Unless you're hardcore Christian, but like God can also just mean like the powers of the universe that we don't understand. Maybe the word magic is the same thing. It's like just like, but what is it saying? Like if you
acknowledge the power of magic, if you have employed it successfully to obtain your desires. If you deny the power of magic after having called upon it with success, you will lose all you have obtained. So, you could say, and yeah, I'm doing a bit of a Sam Harris thing here, where his argument for religion is that you can read the back of a cereal box and interpret that into any religion. Right?
Totally.
I think it's like if you have it, but you can say like magic here could be like a talent. So if you have a talent and you have
success
from it,
and then
just know that you have the talent.
Yeah.
And acknowledge that you have the talent.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And if you deny the talent, then you are going to lose everything. Yeah,
exactly.
Totally.
Do not complain about anything to which you need not to subject yourself to. So don't complain about situations that you've chosen yourself to be in.
Yes.
It's great.
Yes. That's
and
so
then
perfect.
Here's another one that's not in the Christian one, which is do not harm little children.
I love that that's not in the Christian one. Yeah, and do not harm children. It's just like that has that's perfectly broad. Like the number of ways you can harm children, so many, and just to be so careful with kids.
Yeah,
it's so important. Like, those are fantastic.
It's great, right?
Yeah.
The other one,
I'm a Satanist.
Yeah, me too. Welcome. And do not kill non-human animals unless you're attacked or you need food.
So vegetarianism is a tenet.
It says if you need food.
Unless, like you could eat everything else.
I think in self-defense it's okay to kill animals.
Yeah, but like...
And starving is self-defense.
Yeah, starving is self, but like we're not starving when we order a burger and we could have gotten a veggie burger.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are you vegetarian?
I eat fish.
Yeah.
I only eat what's alive if it's in the ocean. And if it's not a mammal. And if it's not a squid. Oh. My world is getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, it's a small... I respect all of those, yeah. I'm just... Yeah, I was such a strict vegetarian for so long, and now I'm just a bit like... Yeah, whatever. I will, yeah. I seldom order like cow. I find really difficult, and sort of most like big animals, chicken. Sometimes, like very very rarely will I order chicken when I'm out. At home, I'm completely vegetarian. Like I can't buy anything else that's animal. But when I'm like. I actually found a restaurant around here that does vegan sushi, and they do like fake salmon and and...
Does it taste good?
It does taste good.
It's weird because,
I have like massive cravings for fish because I didn't eat fish, and fish is my favorite. And I didn't eat fish for 12 years, and then... But finding vegan sushi, I'm like, this is everything I want, actually.
That's the worst thing about Berlin, I think, is actually that it's so far away from the ocean.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes it tough, but... I think as a result, the soil here is interesting.
What kind of world domination thing was that to say?
I don't know.
I like the soil and the human resources here is amazing.
I wouldn't say the human resources here.
What, you landed on the plane in Berlin and took a palm of a hand in the soil and looked at it as you're going, oh, the soil here is amazing.
Sprinkled it on my tongue. I was like,
Empire, this is a good place.
Yeah, this will be mine.
Satanism, 101.
101, I love it. I love it.
Good. Also, black is slimming.
Black is slimming. I do wear... I like to be as colorful as possible, actually, but like black is a very important part of the wardrobe.
That's good.
Do you have anything... Like, we need to wrap up, actually, but do you have anything you want to say or plug? And both.
Not really. I mean,
well,
if you follow me on Instagram and on my Facebook page, I post links where my next shows are.
Carl H. Dackö?
I'm just working out material, so I don't have any shows.
Carl H. Dackö? Carl H. Dackö?
Carl H. Dackö, but C. Dackö. D-A-C-O. Carl with a C. And then Dackö, D-A-C-K-O. That's it.
Amazing. We didn't get to talk. You had that great story about extremely messy anal, but maybe we can have you on again. Like maybe I can have you on again because I feel like We just started getting into stuff, and there's more.
Yeah, we could talk about messy anal next time.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. All right. It's been a pleasure, Carl.
It was also very fun for me.
Yeah, very fun. I'm excited about Satanism.
Yes.
All right, that has been Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Thanks so much, guys. Good night, and till next time. Ciao.
Bye.